Launch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me tonight we have Brandon.
Hello, everybody.
And James.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, nice of you to join us.
Nice to have a new face on the podcast.
I know, exactly. We haven't had a guest in a long time, so...
I'm sorry that the previous, probably more well-known guy didn't show and you are stuck with me.
No. Actually, our well-known people like to not show up quite often.
Too busy stroking their egos, I bet.
No.
I'm the only ego stroker here.
I'm sorry.
Nick
Mike's the only ego stroker here, and yeah.
Ninja took Nick out because he still hasn't finished any of his games yet. This is divine retribution for not playing video games. So.
And I think Tom died or something.
Yeah, I know. So, but with that said, it looks like we got some fun things to talk about tonight. A couple different games, a little bit of news. We were going to talk about some indie games today, some upcoming indie games.
Yeah, we had a suggestion to do so I guess we will.
Yeah, so that's the plan. Are you guys ready to get started?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
Who wants to go first?
Actually, I guess I could start, Mike.
Okay.
All right.
So, I picked up Tomb Raider Definitive Edition for Xbox One because I wanted to fill up my Xbox One with more games.
Literally fill it up.
Yeah, just literally, because that shit does not have any space whatsoever.
No, it doesn't. I need to get an external drive for that system because it's too much.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Does it just plug into the side?
Oh yeah, just through the USB
Okay.
ports. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was playing some of that because also I remembered I hadn't finished the game, so I said, fuck it, I'll play it. It's only $9, so whatever.
That's
which is
a
a
good deal.
damn good price. And that's like the price it was on the actual marketplace, not like somewhere else. That was on the actual official Xbox marketplace. So I was like, that's pretty cool. So I picked that up and been playing that for a bit. And then I decided to pick up something else. I normally, when I'm not gonna get myself in trouble here, so I'll say I multitask sometimes when I'm having to do jobs and stuff, and I have Game Grumps playing in the background, and I saw that they were doing an episode on Pokemon Art Academy, and I watched a bit of it, and I was like, this looks like a shit ton of fun. So I picked up Pokemon Art Academy for the 3DS, and it's a shit ton of fun. Like, it's really good.
I tried the original Art Academies. I thought they were actually pretty useful. Like
They're very in-depth. They really go deep.
I don't know about the more recent ones, but the original one was brought to you by the makers of House of the Dead Overkill, which always just killed me.
Really? I don't know who made this one. All I know is it's really good. So, like, if you want something art on the go that's pretty cheap and you like Pokemon, it's definitely worth checking out. It's only like $30 right now, I think. That may have been the starting price. I don't know. But
you can even get the older ones for pretty cheaper. I mean, obviously they're not Pokemon focused, so. But
they can be if you draw Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean you can. I mean,
You can
it's
just
nice because it kind of. I don't know how this one is, but like the other ones, it gave you like the technical skills to get started, which I thought was really nice. So you knew what you were getting into, basically. So. I don't know.
It teaches you the technical skills and gets you started and everything. It does it in like lessons, but instead of like draw this apple, draw this, that sort of thing, it's all Pokemon themed. So it's like items and Pokemon, and
Here,
I like
draw this
it. It's a lot of fun.
Jigglypuff. It's a circle. It's
Yeah,
pink.
draw Jigglypuff, and there's like quick sketches. Like here's a Ditto, draw it, and it's like you have try to draw it with as little strokes as possible and that sort of thing in as little time as possible. It's pretty fun. And like whenever you finish drawing one, it puts it on a Pokemon card, so it looks like the old Pokemon cards.
Oh, that's
and
really
then it has,
fucking cool.
Yeah, it is. And it like has like a background that you can put on it and make it look like an actual card. It's fun. I like it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I didn't put on my list because I figured I would instantly get attacked by it is I've actually been playing Elder Scrolls Online.
I mean, I guess at least it's free to play now, but you used to avoid that game like the plague.
It's not free to play. You just don't have to pay a subscription. You do have to buy it.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, free to play once you own the game.
Yes.
Sorry for the distinction there. But I didn't say free to start.
That's true. But yeah, it seems a lot more improved from what I played before. Because I got to try it out, a free trial, because I was in beta and alpha. And it seems like they fixed a lot of the issues. I mean, a whole lot of them. And it's a lot more fun with friends. And I've been playing with Katie, and my other friend's going to join me in playing it as well. So, yeah, I mean, it's rich with story, and it's not glitching out and breaking as often as it did before, which was a lot. I mean, a ton of it just broke when I tried to play it originally. But they fixed a lot of problems.
Well, did you ever play it beyond beta, or did you stop at the beta?
Yeah, I played a, 14-day trial when it officially released. To see if I wanted to, maybe sub to it at some point, because a friend of mine also did it. And, he, after his, 30-day, he was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. And I was like, after my, not even 14 days, I only played, 7 days, because it was just so broken, there were so many issues. You'd fall through the floor in some spots, just wouldn't load NPCs, you'd have to, turn off the entire game and come back, which that still happens sometimes, but a lot less often. And, yeah, it's a lot of fun, just exploring the place.
Nice.
So, yeah, I've been playing those games, and that's about it, honestly, because it was a really busy day, busy week this week.
That's it, one day.
One day. No, 2 days. Being in the hospital for 2 days sucks.
You could have brought your DS.
I didn't have Pokemon Art Academy at the time, and my wrist, I couldn't move it, so it wouldn't have helped me very much.
Could use your tongue.
Just put the pen in my mouth and be like, ah! Yeah.
Don't even use the pen, just your tongue right on the touchpad. And the button.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't have worked very well.
It's a really good idea to do it at the hospital, too. Hospitals are known to be very clean places.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's really all I've been playing. But I had a lot of fun. What I did play.
With your tongue play.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's fun.
I did also, stepping out of games for a second, I decided to try a free trial of Crunchyroll and Funimation to see which one kind of had the better of the two. Both of these are anime, in case you don't know, Mike. Just saying. I have less streaming issues on Funimation, and Crunchyroll seems to have less choices, and seem to be more for, the shonen, fucking One Piece and Naruto and so on and so forth, which, there's nothing wrong with people if they like those, but I like other different things. So, I kind of instantly decided after signing up for Crunchyroll, this isn't for me. But Funimation, on the other hand, has a lot of backlog old anime also. It has Fist of the North Star and Rurouni Kenshin and Cowboy Bebop and a bunch of other really good things in both subbed and dubbed. And you can choose your platforms that you want to watch. So you can pay a cheaper amount for $5 or something to just watch subtitled 1080p. Or you can pay a higher amount to watch subtitled and dubs as soon as they come out. And I think that's $8. And, yeah, it's a pretty neat little service. I wasn't paid by them. I don't get paid by anyone. But if you, like anime, I would honestly suggest, Funimation's streaming service over Crunchyroll's. I think they have more better options, that sort of thing.
Nice.
I've actually been wanting to give one of those a try because, I've never really been that huge on anime.
Mm-hmm.
But, aside from stuff like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, stuff from, childhood.
Did you like Yu Yu Hakusho?
I remember watching it a couple of times when I was younger on Toonami. But, I don't remember pretty much anything from it. I heard you mention Fist of the North Star, and that's a show that I've been wanting to give a watch for a while.
That one's good. That's very 80s also. It has a very 80s/90s anime vibe to it, and that's because it was made then. But it still feels kind of retro now when you watch it, and it's okay, because it's essentially just the anime version of Mad Max, And it's
Yeah,
really
because
good.
the one thing I remember from that was there was an NES game, or it could have been Famicom, but I know it was 8-bit game based on the show, and I remember playing it on an emulator one time.
I think
This
I
caused-
actually remember this, and I think the reason why you had to play it on emulator is because it was Famicom. Famicom
Yeah, I think
games
it
never
was.
came over to the US, which makes sense. But yeah, it was. I'm trying to remember what it was called, but I think they actually did make an American version of that too. I know they brought them out to like 360, and it was like a Dynasty Warriors version of it. It's really
What I
weird.
remember is like whenever you hit someone,
Mhm.
they would pretty much implode into a million pieces.
Oh yeah, that's Fist of the North Star. Whenever you punch
Because
someone,
I remember
they
that
explode.
was someone told me that was actually part of the show.
They explode whenever they're punched. Yeah, like he's able to get the correct pressure points that would make a human body explode. So like he knows exactly where they're at, and it's kind of like one of his abilities. It's interesting. Some of the other animes I would suggest looking into would be like Psychopaths, which is really cool. It's like a detective kind of crime drama anime, but the way it works is every villain in the world is predetermined, and there is a computer system in place that tells you the crime someone will commit before they even commit them. So it's this group of people's job to go around and basically arrest people and incarcerate them for the terrible things they're going to do in the future before they have the chance of doing it. And a lot of the time it gets very like muddled and dark because these people haven't done anything yet. They haven't had that moment that makes them snap and go into like insane murder sprees. So like these are like normal people, then it might just be out on the street and then they just get like completely mugged and put into vans and then taken to like a prison, and they have no idea why they were. It's really weird and it gets really dark, but it's very interesting. It's very psychological, and I'm not gonna say it's a fun anime, but it's deep and it's something different. So yeah. And then you have like your Cowboy Bebop and Triguns on there too. And I mean, those two are fantastic. So
There actually was one show I was checking out semi-recently. By semi-recently, I mean like a few months ago. And mainly because I've been seeing a lot of cosplays about this show. Not just at local cons, but just everywhere. Black Butler.
Black Butler is really good. Me and my fiance actually got really into this show when it first was airing, and then when the second season was airing as well. I highly recommend Black Butler. It has a lot of like questionable things in it, but the story of it is very well done. Even if the second season does kind of falter a bit, I still think it's a really well done.
I've been sticking with the first season so far because I like to kind of watch it, in order. And let's see, because I remember there was one episode where I can't remember her name, but it was someone who knew CL pretty well came over and basically turned the mansion to literally like a dollhouse.
Oh yes, oh my goodness, I can't remember her name either, but yes, I know who you're talking about.
That's the most recent episode that comes to mind, because the one that stuck in my mind the most was actually the first one, where CL had that Italian toy maker over and was playing a game with him while Sebastian was basically trying to make sure everything was going well, because unfortunately he has a bit of a staff of incompetence.
Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. I'm not gonna say anything else.
Mayrin, I love
like
you, but you're
yeah.
very, very clumsy.
Oh yeah, definitely. She is super clumsy. But yeah, I'm trying to remember who the hell that character's name is. Who's the girl that comes over? Katie, who's the girl that comes over and like completely redecorates?
It's Elizabeth.
It's Elizabeth? Okay, yeah, it is Elizabeth.
Right. I could have sworn it was Elizabeth or something.
Yeah. Yeah, this show gets really good. You're probably on like a few episodes into that, huh?
Yeah, I'm still kind of new to it. I mean, I recognize a lot of characters, again, thanks to cosplaying, but, I'm just now getting into them. Cause
I actually thought about cosplaying as CL. I thought it would be fun. It's a series worth, it's a series worth sticking with. So yeah, it's a good one. And that's actually on Funimation too. So
yeah, because I remember Funimation was the people who dubbed that one, weren't they?
Yeah. They dub a lot of things nowadays. Like, it's either in one or two places. It's either on Crunchyroll or Funimation. That's pretty much it. I haven't seen, like, Animax, the people that did Ghost in the Shell originally. I haven't seen them do anything recently, or have any kind of, like, streaming service or anything. Then, I mean, you have other shows like Kill la Kill and other recent ones like Attack on Titan that are on there as well. I think Attack on Titan's overrated, even though I really liked it when it first began. But, yeah.
You know, there's something I've always called, I haven't actually watched Attack on Titan yet, because, I guess you could say I kind of got the basic premise by way of osmosis. Mm-hmm. But, what I can gather from it is basically a Slim Goodbody became a kaiju monster.
You're not far off. But the thing about Attack on Titan is literally nothing is answered for you. So you won't ever know currently what the hell's going on. So it's one of those things where it just kind of shows you things, and then it's like, oh yeah, well, no answers for you, but here's more questions. You know how that is with different shows, just in general. It's one of those. And probably, like, the first half of the first season is good, and then that's it. Like, I did not like the second half at all. I think it's a little bit overrated, but that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. I have
totally
really
fine.
bad
I think
opinions
a lot of things
most of the time.
Overrated too, but, you know.
Do you have any examples of things you think are overrated?
All right, let me think. And keep in mind, just because I say something's overrated doesn't mean
you hate it or that it's bad. It's just your opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, like for instance, I'm starting to think Five Nights at Freddy's is a little overrated.
It is.
No, I'm a fan.
So
you know, I love
overrated.
I love the story. You know, I love all that gubbins and whatnot. But just a lot of people are taking it far too seriously.
Like the people that ended up calling the pizza restaurant. Like, did you see that story?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That kind of stuff's crazy. Like, yeah. I mean, alright, so here's the thing. Mike is fully on board that the whole series is overrated. Mm-hmm. I think I think the person that's making it has gotten a little bit, too into the hype of the game now, currently. Yeah. And I feel like when he was just making up shit as he was going along, or if it was true that he already had this entire story written out and all that stuff, that was actually really good idea. That was really smart, and it was a good idea that he broke it up into 4 games. If I see a 5th one, I am going to be so pissed, because he said there was going to be 4, and there shouldn't be more than 4.
Agreed, but you know, that's the thing with horror movies and horror games, I guess in this case. Is that, especially like 80s horror movies, like, think of how many times there have been on like the, Friday the 13th, how they said, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, then yet another movie.
And now Jason's in space. Next game's gonna be Freddy in space. There's gonna be a, like, space station.
In space.
Yeah, a Fazbear.
Space station Fazbear.
Yeah, it'll be like, Dead Space, but with, animatronics.
Dead Space with animatronics. Now, hearing that, I kind of want to see it.
I do too, actually.
Because I haven't actually seen much of the last game, except for the fact that A, it takes place in a house, and B, it has somewhat of a tearjerker ending.
That doesn't make any sense, in my opinion, though. Like, because according to the lore thus far, that shouldn't be a thing, really. So, like, it seems like it's kind of just catering to the people that are like, well, why isn't just, you know? I don't know. I really don't. But, like, I feel like it's a really weird route to go. And it's kind of just, I don't know, like the Bite of 87 couldn't take place at a house, because why would that close down? I'm getting too far into it, but anyway. Yeah, maybe it was just a way of like being like, see, you guys are all wrong with your theories and shit. I don't know.
See, that's what got me into the got me into the series to begin with. Aside from, I was one of those kids that was freaked out by animatronics.
Yeah,
as
same
a
here.
Kid, so
Definitely.
I
don't like mannequins either.
Chuck E. Cheese.
You
I
like
just stayed in
mannequins?
the little skee ball corner, and that's it.
Yeah, I feel the same way, kind of. But I also don't like mannequins. So, yeah. It's creepy. They're creepy.
You're creepy.
You're creepy, Mike.
You're creepy. You're ginger.
Shut your mouth.
Yep.
Dan, I don't think you'd like the Island of the Dolls.
Probably not. What the hell is that?
It is an actual haunted place in Mexico.
What?
Where basically they have like hundreds of baby dolls hanging from the trees and, strung to poles and everything. And it's supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the world.
This is crazy. I'm looking at it now. This is creepy. I don't
Someone
like it.
could make a haunted house out of this.
They can
It's
make
not
a
even
game
on the
out of
house.
this
It's on the island.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
I meant like, a
I
hollow.
close that shit out. That gave me the heebie-jeebies. Just looking through that stuff.
What if we kidnapped you and set you there?
I would kill myself. I would drown myself in the shallow pool because I can't deal with those dolls. I can't do it. I can't. Just looking at the pictures kind of made me freak out a little bit.
What if they were Muppets instead?
Oh, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind having like.
And they were still hanging from trees.
I mean, what Muppets?
The scary ones.
I'm not a fan
Which
of.
Muppets are considered scary?
Yeah, I'm wondering too. I'm like,
Are
they
the
the-
one with the dynamite? He's always kind of scary.
I like that guy.
Oh,
Blue-
crazy Harry?
Yeah, the blue dragon. He's kind of scary.
Yeah, you're talking to a pretty big Muppet guy, so I could probably name the characters. Blue Dragon, that's Uncle Deadly.
Sure.
Uncle, is that literally his name?
Uncle Deadly.
Why would you name a Muppet that? That sounds like a terrible idea.
Well, to be fair, he'd never really appeared that much. He appeared in like 2 or so episodes of the original Muppet Show and was mainly a background character.
I gotta. Wow. All right.
There's
Okay.
the big brown thing with the orange nose.
Oh, Sweetums.
Oh yeah, that is his name. Terrifying.
I'm like looking all these up now, and I'm like, yep, that is. I remember these. Okay, some of these are terrifying. Not too bad. Not too bad though.
No, not too bad. So,
Got off on a little bit. Got off a little bit there.
just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys ready to re-rail?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And actually,
When your made-up words.
I've used it enough times, it's legit now. So,
All right.
Just saying.
There I am.
Hey, Nick.
Hello.
Hey, we found
This-
Nick!
We did. You and your power outages.
Okay, so it rained, like torrential rain, for like an hour or so, and I had power earlier, and then just out.
Yeah, whatever. You're probably just raining man. You were excited.
It was raining men, hallelujah, and I was just I got
Ran
really
immediately outside.
excited.
But
You
then
let
you're
yourself get
horrified. and that
absolutely
literally
soaking
rained
wet.
men.
Oh, I got soaking wet.
Soaking wet in many visceral fluids and blood from the bodies that were hitting the floor.
He does have a point.
Does have a point.
So, Nick, this is James. I haven't introduced you.
Hello.
So anyways, we're just in the middle of what we've been playing. So, why don't...
I was gonna let James continue with what he was playing if you have anything else.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, let me think of what I was playing, because I think what I was doing is you were talking about Crunchyroll and
Yeah, I kind of got off
Funimation.
on a little bit of a tangent there.
yeah. So
A
let's
little
see.
bit of
What
a
have I-
tangent.
Ah.
I'm probably gonna sound like a total scrub, but the last game I was playing earlier was Goat Simulator.
I love Goat Simulator. I actually bought that the first day it came out.
Well, someone gave it to me as a gift.
Were they trying to give it to you as a gag gift? Because it's actually a lot of fun.
No, it's because they did the Goat MMO mode, and they
Yeah.
someone to play with. And the other one I've been playing was actually another Steam game. It's what was it? Tabletop Simulator.
I just got that as well. I bought that during the summer sale. I bought it for
I've actually been wanting a lot of people to get that because I've been downloading a lot of the little things in the Steam Workshop, like Cards Humanity, Flux, Coup was a game that a buddy of mine introduced me to that I didn't get it at first, but you know, I am a bit of a quick learner, so I got it like that.
What kind of game is it?
Oh,
like,
Coup?
Coup,
basically how you play is, it's a game of deception.
All right.
So you have different classes that can do different things. And, you have 2 cards of, 2 different classes. So you could have, like, an assassin who can kill someone. You have, I can't remember this other card's name, but it basically prevents you from being assassinated. Anyone who does so will get killed instead. You have a duke, who can collect money, and then there was one other one, where you could take money from someone else. But it's called Coup because you could, theoretically, whenever you have 8 coins, because you can collect, 1 coin for finances and then 2 for aid, but a duke can stop you and say, oh no, you're not collecting any more money.
Okay.
But if you have 8 coins, I think it was 7 or 8 coins, you can stage a coup on someone and kill one of their characters. But the reason I say it's a game of deception is, nobody knows what cards you have. So you could bullshit and say that you have a duke and that you can take coins, as taxes. But the thing is, if you call someone out and they have that card, they gotta surrender it.
I feel like I've actually heard of this game before.
But if they don't have the card, or rather, if they do have it, then you guys kill one of your characters and they get a new card from the deck. But if they don't, then they sacrifice one of their cards and don't get another one.
Okay.
And if anyone gets eliminated, like both of their cards get, killed, then the money is pretty much spread evenly through the other remaining players. Unless you're doing 2 people, in which case, well, first of all, that's not a lot of fun. And second of all, the other person, I guess, would automatically get the money. But anyway.
Which one of these did you download? Because I actually found it. It's the COUP one, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm gonna add this one to my list because I actually want to play this.
You won't.
Mike.
What?
I always say I want to play things, but I get busy. You know that. But I do want to play this. I don't know if I can, but I want to.
Yep.
I think it's this one.
It's not that one.
God damn it, Michael.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh. You see what's coming. Yeah, I have actually seen this game played before. Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Mike, go buy Tabletop Simulator, and then let's all get together and play cards.
Play cards.
Or board games.
Cards.
The cards.
What do I need cards for? It's what I have a game console for.
That's
What?
Yeah, you and your physical board games and card games. What do you think this is?
I like how you say physical board games and card games, and yet we're playing a digital board game / card game.
So, James, you've been playing anything else?
Let's see. I just got back into playing TF2 thanks to my brother. Because I used to be an avid player of the game, but then I guess I stopped playing because I got too busy around Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And it's never bothered to get back into it because the computer I had at the time just couldn't run it that well. But the computer I have now can run it extremely well, so I can go in there and, just rocket jump and... I'm more of a medic, so, I...
just overcharge everyone.
Yeah, I just Ubercharge people. And,
yeah, Ubercharge.
I'm actually one of those medics that goes for everybody instead of just sticking with heavies and soldiers and whatnot. So, I'm an actual team player, even if it means I get killed the most, and I'm basically target practice for snipers.
How's the new update? Like, I know they just updated it, but I don't know what the update was.
If I recall correctly, the update was, I think, some sort of weapon reskins.
Oh.
Official weapon reskins.
That's right. They went the CSGO route, didn't they? Where they have weapon skins now that you can sell and buy on the marketplace, I think.
I think so. I mean, I haven't really paid too much attention to it, because the last update I remember pretty well was the end of the line one. Really, my brother's the one who's been keeping up with this a lot more than I have. So,
Would you say it's worth getting back into TF2 if you haven't played in like a few years? Because I haven't played it since like the robot update they had. Like,
I would say so, because the last couple of Halloween updates, I mean, it's like The Simpsons, in that the Halloween update is always worth it. Because last year's was kind of a haunted carnival theme, because I think the plot was Marasmus needed some souls or something.
okay.
And to build like a carnival of souls, which is basically what the map is like a bizarre haunted carnival. And it's pretty much like a special delivery. You remember special delivery, right?
Yeah, the one where
Joe thing.
Yeah,
it's like that, but instead of it being on the lift for a rocket, it's on basically like the whole old school kind of strength test at a carnival.
Okay.
And whenever you get to the top, the team will win that round, of course, but then you get to one of 3 mini games. One of them is basically like you have to collect as many ducks as possible, and whoever's team has more ducks wins. Another one was some bizarre kind of hockey, soccer kind of thing. And the other was, if you've ever played the WarioWare mod on TF2, there was one of the missions or mini games or something where you had to stay in a certain spot and avoid getting killed. Something like that.
I had no idea there was a WarioWare mod.
Oh,
I
yeah.
instantly want to reinstall this now to play that.
It is a lot of fun. Like, and it's something where, you change class depending on what mini game it is. Like, for instance, one for Scout is to don't stop running. Or another is, if you're heavy, try to find higher ground, because the water will kill you.
Okay.
And let's see, there's one other one of note. A lot of them are just like, Simon Says taunt.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting. I would go and check out some videos of it.
Alright, I'll have to look into that, because I didn't even know that existed.
Because that's the whole reason I kept playing TF2 is because of the mods.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's all the Death Run servers and such, which are a lot of fun. Which I actually remember playing that first at a CSE one time. Like, some guy had the TF2 like set up on a huge projection screen, doing Death Run. And I kind of wish the guy had better controls, because all he had was a trackpad. TF2 on a trackpad is a nightmare.
That sounds like it would be garbage.
Yeah, it was a nightmare and a half, but but hey, what can you do? Next time I'll just bring my own mouse. But aside from that and a few, random NES games I've played on an emulator.
Yeah, like the Fist of the North Star one you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and there's one other one. This is a rather obscure game. It's called Rockin' Cats.
Rockin' Cats?
I feel like Rockin' Cats. I feel like I'm gonna have to explain the plot of this one. Basically, it's a platformer where you play as a blue cat. I can't remember his name, but you have to save your girlfriend from a from a mob of dogs, like a Italian mob of dogs. And there's like different levels that are signified as TV channels. So one is your regular kind of New York street. Next is an amusement park with a haunted section. Next is like Native American lands. It's kind of unique in that your main weapon is like one of those novelty
boxing gloves.
Boxing gloves.
Yeah.
On the spring. And it really I fell in love with it because a reviewer I watch, someone named Aqualung Game Reviews. He did a review on this, and I was like, this looks like a rather interesting game. I might want to give it a shot. And I'm glad I did, because I had a lot of fun with it, and I've beaten it several times.
I've never heard of this, and it actually looks kind of fun. Nick, you need to take note, because this will be the next game you won't be finishing.
It's actually a pretty easy game once you get the hang of it. But one thing I really fell in love with was actually the soundtrack, because that's kind of a 50s rock and roll kind of jazzy soundtrack. The best that the NES could do, of course. But just something about hearing 8-bit 50s rock and roll is kind of surreal in a way.
Oh, and this is made by Atlas, so it's good.
No, totally. And let's see, there was one other NES game I was playing. Another fairly unknown one, only because it was late in the game, late in the system's lifespan. Felix the Cat.
I didn't know they ever made a Felix the Cat game.
I don't know anybody would want a Felix.
Oh, come on.
Well,
He's got the magical bag of tricks.
Dude. I mean, that's basically they took the plot from I don't remember what plot they took it from, but it was kind of a generic, someone's been kidnapped and Felix has got to save her kind of thing, damsel in distress thing.
This has kind of got a Mickey's magical castle. I can't remember what it's called. It's got that kind of vibe
Castle
to
of
it.
Illusion?
Yeah, Castle of Illusion. Yeah, it looks like it has that kind of vibe to it.
Except that, you collect these milk bottles where, for every 5 or not milk bottles, though, those are power-ups. Mm-hmm. But, you collect these, Felix faces. For every 5 you get these milk bottles. For every 10, you get a heart that'll give you a different power from your bag of tricks. So you start off with the boxing glove on a spring. Then you get like a top hat and wand with magic.
How far this is, 'cause this guy's a tank.
Yeah, you get a tank. That's the top power up.
Ah, okay.
But you got to keep collecting the milk bottles, because otherwise, you'll run out of magic and you'll be demoted to the next weapon. But it's actually another fairly easy game, and it's one of those games where you can just pick it up and play. You can just, you don't have to sit through any sort of extensive tutorial or learn any sort of.
Those were the days.
Tricks. Yeah, it's not like something like, for instance, Milon's Secret Castle.
Oh, Jesus.
Which looks simple, but
isn't.
Yeah. Let's just say the secret is not just to make it sound mysterious. But, yeah, that's pretty much most of what I've been playing.
Alright, sounds nice. Some old school games there, lots of fun. NES is always a good way to go.
Mm-hmm. So, Nick, what have you been playing?
Okay, I'm going to start it out, and I know you're going to make fun of me, because you always make fun of me, Mike. But, I'm gonna.
It can't be worse than me. I played Elder Scrolls Online, Nick.
I'm sorry.
No, it's actually a lot of fun.
I've been playing very casually, and I stress the word casually, Metroid Zero Mission.
Oh.
That's a good choice. I love that game.
But I think you're gonna make fun of me because you don't think I'm gonna finish it. But I'll explain what
It's a 2-hour game. I mean, I honestly don't know how you haven't already finished it.
Well, because what I'm gonna say is, I was playing it. Me and my friends were having a tournament yesterday for Smash Brothers, so I was playing it casually in between rounds, or if I got knocked out or something like that. I've made it up to Kraid already. Like I'm in Kraid's general vicinity.
Okay.
It's a really good game. Like I really wish. I mean, here's the thing. Yes, the NES Metroid game is terrible.
Yep.
Without a doubt. But I feel like I appreciate this one more because I went through the bullshit. And now that I'm replaying it again in Zero Mission, it's like you have no idea how much maps just change the entire flow of the game. It makes it so much better.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it kind of gives you a general idea of where to go at the very least too, which is nice.
Yeah, it actually leads you. It's weird. The best way I guess to describe it would be like Super Metroid mixed with Metroid, all the good shit from Metroid Fusion.
Yeah.
Because you have the map system that tells you, all right, this is your next location, and you have other power ups the one you can hang on the side of walls and jump off the walls and kind of control yourself like that. So it takes the best of both worlds and redoes the first game, which really needed to be redone.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying it. It does seem a little different though. There's some parts that are didn't think I'd get to Kraid that fast, but I guess it's just like I'm not playing the bullshit monotony that was Metroid NES. So it's like, oh, it took me like 20 minutes to get here. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm playing that. What were you gonna say?
I would say you can get through that game, like I said, wicked fast. Like, I mean, Kraid, once you actually get to the boss battle of Kraid, that's like a third of the way through the game.
Oh, wow, really? Oh, nice.
So just go ahead and finish it, Nick, right now while you're on the call with us, and then we'll hear your thoughts on the whole game.
And other than that, I finally bought into all the Rocket League hype.
Ah, good. Because it's fun as hell.
I downloaded the game about a week or two ago, when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, I'll play this eventually. And all my friends were like, Nick, you gotta play it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll play it eventually. So yesterday, after the tournament, I come home. It's like 10:30 at night. I'm like, well, I want to play something, but I don't really feel like getting too involved in anything. So I'm like, screw it. Fire up Rocket League. Now, Mike and Brandon, I posted a video in my Facebook last night. You sure
did. And when I saw that, I was like, yay, someone else plays this now.
So my first 2 games, I was like, all right, this is fun. I'm like, yeah, I'm liking this. And then the moment that video was where I made the goal halfway across the court, I'm like, yo, this is the best fucking game ever. I'm having so much fun with it. And a little thing that's made a difference, just in general to me gaming, I finally went out and bought a proper television.
There you go. For the
longest time, I was playing video games on a 24-inch LED TV.
Nice.
I've since upgraded to a 42-inch LED TV.
That's a huge difference.
And it's made
quite a big difference.
Such a huge difference. So I was like, no. So the first time I played Rocket League was on this TV, and I'm sitting in my bed. I'm like, all right, let's play this. And it's not only like a really fun game, but it's a really beautiful game. Like, the graphics are really nice. Made in Unreal Engine 4. It's one of the first Unreal Engine 4 games actually out there. And
no, it's not.
It's one of the first.
Oh, okay, it's the second one, but okay.
So it's still one of the first ones, you jerk.
It's okay, alright. Well, I misheard him.
Brandon, you're a dick.
You're welcome.
So now you completely just destroyed my train of thought.
You're welcome.
So I was playing Forza Horizon 2 again, and I finally got to the race with the train.
Mm-hmm.
And so I start the race with the train. I'm like, all right, let's see how this is gonna go. And they give me a fucking Lancia. I'm like, this is not gonna beat a train. This can barely get out of its own way. Why would they give me this piece of shit fucking beat the train though? So I was like, all right, whatever. But
because the train had so many more paths to take and had to go through tunnels and stuff, and you were just like, whatever.
I don't think you understand the Lancia from the 1970s. It goes
I understand, but
half the speed of smell.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right.
So I am definitely going back to Rocket League. I am definitely addicted to that game. I was at work all day, and I was like, "Y'all gonna play that Rocket League?" Because I'm just like, I don't even want to be at work right now. I want to play car soccer.
Hey Nick, after this, do you want to play car soccer?
No, I have to go to sleep to fix cars.
Damn it!
Are you going to play soccer with the cars you're fixing?
I can't do that. There's unforeseen and inexplainable insurance issues with that I don't even understand myself.
Also, you can't make cars hop in real life.
Oh, I can make cars hop.
Okay. Never mind. I stand corrected.
So, those are the things that I've been keeping myself busy with at the moment.
Nice. All right, so I guess I'm the last one there. So, for myself, I have been playing, not too much actually, just a couple little fun things. I've actually been on like a rhythm game kick lately, as Brandon knows.
Yeah, walked in on you fucking playing some Elite Beat Agents.
I was playing some Elite Beat Agents, and Rhythm Heaven, the DS one. I've been playing both of those. So, I love rhythm games. They're both really good. Actually, it's like the week this podcast goes out, it's like the 10-year anniversary of a Wendon, actually.
Oh, really?
Yep. So
I've never gotten to play a Windon, and it makes me sad that I haven't.
I know. I actually haven't played it either, but I mean, Elite Beat Agents is kind of.
Could you import it from that place where you get your amiibos at?
Don't know. I haven't looked. I bet you can. They do all sorts of stuff there. So, but yeah, no, it's a great game. Both of them actually. I know we've talked Rhythm Heaven to death, but I do think it's like my favorite series for rhythm games. It's made by the WarioWare team. And they just kind of, you're doing all these for the most part, taking like sounds that you would know like normally from your day-to-day life, and then implementing them into songs like ping pong or baseball hitting or badminton or I don't know,
building a
scenery.
robot and
Yeah.
I mean, it's about the same thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So all sorts of kind of like just things, and they're implemented into songs. You're playing like on the beat, off the beat, and I don't know. I find the songs like so catchy. Like I fall in love with that game over and over and over again. Rhythm Heaven. I think I said it before.
Holy shit!
It might have even been on my like list of games that I'd bring to an island if I was never going to play anything else again. But that is the game that I always go back to. Like I love that game. And just whenever I have a few minutes to kill, I just love picking it up and playing it. But this week I actually played through like the whole like, it's not really campaign, but I just played through like a new file and just unlocked everything again for fun. And then Elite Beat Agents, I know we've referenced before because, you know, a lot of games are like it. But basically the way that works is it's got different songs and you kind of have to tap along with the song or roll along with the song or spin along with the song depending on what's going on the screen. And and the Japanese went on it. You're a group of cheerleaders, and Elite Beat Agents, you're like some secret agent force. But basically, you go out and you're like cheering these people on to help get them through these, I don't know, sometimes small to large disasters going on in their lives, and help them through that. Like from everything from a girl who is out with her boyfriend and then just gets a load of kids dropped on her, or like the You're My Inspiration, that's like super touching, sad Elite Beat Agent song that everyone like knows. Where like the girl's father's dead and it's like Christmas time. And yeah, it's really sad, but it's really touching. They do a really good job with it. I like what they do in that game.
Also, babies get dropped in acid pits. I mean,
yeah. So the mom like leaves her 1-year-old son under the care of a cat, which is stupid. So stupid. And the cat is just trying to save this kid, but the kid's like on like carts running into electric fences and jumping on windows and just poor ideas all around. So
I did find a Windon on that site. It's $81.
that's it.
Yeah.
How many do you want?
I want one, please, and thank you.
You got it.
The second of Windon's only $21, though.
Yeah, it's very reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both really good
It
games.
seems a lot more reasonable.
Yeah. But with that said, that's all I've been playing. So I recommend both those, especially if you're a rhythm game fan.
So you've been playing rhythm games and you haven't been playing Rock Band? I'm gonna smack you.
I've just been looking for quick, like, pick up and play.
I'll
stuff.
All
second
right.
that motion.
Yeah, so that's all. I mean, I love Rock Band, but that takes a lot of work. You know, hook everything up and lug everything
Yeah,
upstairs.
I understand.
Then you
Yeah,
gotta pick a song, and
Mm-hmm.
you only play David Bowie so many times before you get sick of it.
Yeah, this has just been like, turn on the DS, play some stuff, and go. So, anyways, you guys ready to talk about indie games fast?
Sure.
Alright.
Nick, to explain to you since you weren't here, we had someone suggest on Twitter that we talk about a few upcoming indie games and that sort of shit. So,
Oh,
yeah.
perfect. All right. Let me just do some Google.
All right, I don't know if you guys talked about this one, but one kind of came to my head the minute we said indie game.
Go on.
It's something I saw at E3 that I'm stoked to play whenever it comes out. A little number named Cuphead.
Oh, yeah.
Cuphead looks so
God
good.
damn it! You took what I was going to talk about. Cuphead looks friggin' amazing.
I know.
And
See, and I know we've talked about it before. Like, I love the art style of that game so much, but I don't like the genre of the game, and I really want to buy it anyway.
The fact that it's impossible platformer mixed with fucking, like, Metal
run and
Slug-ish
gun.
type things. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like Alien Hominid's what I always think of. So.
Oh, yeah, Alien Hominid's a good example.
Yeah, and so I bought Alien Hominid, and I played it for like 5 minutes. I was like, this is great, I'm never playing it again. So...
You know what's funny? That's my exact experience both with Alien Hominid and Castle Crash. I was like, wow.
Oh,
these
man,
games are
Castle
really
Crashers
fucking-
is so
I know,
good.
They're really fun. And then I'm like, I'm never...
But the one
yeah,
that...
no, Cuphead looks brilliant.
The one that me and Brandon were looking at earlier, and it was at E3, which I forgot about, and this was actually on the list of the ones that were recommended for us to talk about, was Firewatch. I'm so excited for Firewatch.
That, I have, like, no clue exactly what it's about. I mean, I have more of a clue than what No Man's Sky is about.
No
Honestly,
Man's Sky is about everything and anything, apparently.
Yeah, No Man's Sky, but it sounds like No Man's Sky has a story. It's like about getting into the center of the universe.
I feel like No Man's Sky is just a new version of Pokemon Snap, in all honesty.
That's exactly.
That would
real
be
quick-
great if that's what it was.
Real quick, Mike. That's exactly the first thing I picked when I googled upcoming indie games.
The cheat sheet.
Yeah, the cheat sheet. I'm like, fuck yeah.
For all your cheating on your podcast needs.
Oh, I'm sorry that I don't know every indie. There's so many indie
I know,
games.
there is so many
I
indie
know,
games. Which I think is one of the
I
reasons
know.
why we don't talk about them as much as we should. Because there's just way too much that's going on.
Well, that, and I only really play the ones that, like, I only talk about the ones that I play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, here's the thing. Some indie games are really, really good.
Mhm.
Some indie games are really, really friggin' average.
Yep.
Yep.
And, like,
And
I
then
played-
others, why did this get made?
I played Ether 1 for like an hour, and I was like, this is not fun. No idea what the fuck's going on. Same thing with
I
Never Alone.
actually really like Ether 1. I have it, but I haven't got to play it, but I've looked into it. And apparently it's like,
It's a really cool concept, don't get me wrong. but just-
the concept of like,
not-
the dementia
not
type
executed.
thing. It's neat. It's an interesting
Here's-
idea.
Here's the problem with concept versus execution.
Uh-oh.
Ether 1 is a great example of great concept, shitty execution. Pixels, great concept, shitty
No,
execution.
that movie doesn't exist. We don't talk about that.
But, you know, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good indie games, and that game company just released Journey for the 15th freaking time on PlayStation 4, so
That's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Let them. They can make some more money off of a pretty game that's very interesting
that
and
just came
different.
out. Something I'm really excited for that I don't think they showed off at this past E3 was Rhyme.
I don't
They
even
showed
know
it-
that game. What is it?
They showed it at the original Sony E3 when PS4 first came out.
They
There's really
Terminator voice.
It's really-
Is that what just happened?
Yeah, I heard that too.
God damn it.
You're fine now, I think.
I have no idea what it's about. I know it's a puzzle game. I know it's a really pretty looking game. It kind of has a Wind Waker-ish art style to it.
It's
But they
kind of
have
got that mixed with like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah, but they really haven't shown anything. One big indie game that I'm really interested in, it's actually coming out very soon, is Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
Yeah, this looks really cool.
I'm not exactly sure what it's about, but I know it's about, like, it's an apocalypse, it's an open world game. I'm like, alright, cool. I like open world games that are about the apocalypse, Fallout. So, I'll definitely give this a shot. And it looks really nice, so.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, the best place, if you're really into the whole indie game thing, the best thing you can do is own some sort of Sony product, because they just have so many, like, good indies coming out. Like, for instance, Rocket League. Like, that, it was free, and it's amazing, and it's an indie game. The
Yeah.
same people who made Rocket League made Bad Rats, and made that other game, super rocket-powered something fucking battle cars on the PS3.
They made what?
Okay, let me Google the title, because it's
Hold
really
on a second. I gotta check. The same people that made Rocket League made.
Supersonic rocket-powered battle cars.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yes.
That's a great title.
It was a free game on PS3. It's basically the same thing as Rocket League, just Rocket League's a lot prettier.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, supersonic acrobatic rocket-powered battle cars. I forgot acrobatic.
That makes much more of a difference. There we go.
How many adjectives? So you know, there's definitely a lot of good indie games.
I do really want Firewatch. It looks like it could be an interesting, like,
Yeah, Firewatch
psychological
sounds
type
so
of thing.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So excited for that one. That one's
And I really liked the like humor in the trailer they showed,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like, "Oh God, what was that? Nothing. I'm just fucking with you." like he's just banging on the wall.
Yeah, that one's the one where it's like first-person adventure. You're almost like we don't really know what you're doing, but it almost makes it seem like you're like a forest ranger or something,
Uh-huh.
like a watchtower over the forest. You kind of watch what's going on. It sounds like there's a mystery about some girls that got murdered or something, and then you're talking to this person on the radio all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks really fun, and it looks like there's a cool mystery to the whole world, which I like.
Yeah.
So I hope it can follow through with that. So
Yeah.
hmm
Definitely.
The other one that we had a suggestion to talk about was Below. And this is one I've actually been looking into for a while, because it's essentially top-down Dark Souls. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's made by the same guys that did Sword and Sorcery.
Shut the fuck up.
By Shut
Wait,
the
what?
Fuck Up?
Yeah, they did that. Shut the fuck up.
They made I've never heard of Shut the Fuck Up.
STFU, Super Time Force Ultra.
Oh, I see what you're going for there.
I thought it was the same people that made Get the Fuck Out as well.
Yeah, no,
I just wanted to interrupt you and say that, so you'd think I was telling you to actually shut the fuck up.
Wait, is Super Time Force Ultra, is that the game that they put Shuhei Yoshida in for PS4?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
I'm excited for that, too. Because
it already exists.
Cell phone. It's out?
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
Oh, babe. No, I know the game's out, but I'm not sure if the PS4 version's out, because the PS4 version, you kill people with his tweets.
Well.
Ooh, I haven't been paying attention. What else is new?
Well, one thing that's really cool about Below, I guess, is when you die, you have to, like, go back to... Well, you don't have to, I guess, but you're, like, adventure...
You're forced. No, you are forced to start over from square one.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You're forced to go back, but, like, your old adventurer will be, like, dead wherever you left him with, like, the items that you had. Kind of like Zombie U.
Yeah.
You have to go back through and, like, get your stuff back, which is really neat. I think it's a cool thing. And I love the art style that that company always uses with their games. Like, I love Sword and Sorcery. I think it was great.
Yeah, I liked the game a lot too. Nick's like, I have no idea what's going on.
I've never heard of Below.
They had an E3 like a year or two ago, I think. And the other
problem with some of these indie games is like they get shown off so early in development.
Oh
that
yeah.
By the time it comes back up again, you're like, what happened? Where have you been?
Like another example of that is The Witness. Like I remember.
Yeah, that's another good example. I actually really want to play The Witness.
Yeah, it looks really neat too. It kind of reminded me of Myst. That game did.
It makes me think of the Talos Principle, which was a PC game that recently released, and I think it's now on consoles as well. Like released around Christmas or something. It reminds me of that.
It's a wonderful Devolver Digital game.
Yep, I love Devolver Digital. They make such good games. Like they just made Ronin, which is part.
Looks freaking good.
Huh?
It looks really good.
I know, but like have you seen like the premise of it and how the gameplay works?
No, all I saw. Honestly, all I know about Ronin. Well, let me put it this way: when I was watching Sony's E3 press conference, they were like, "Here's Ronin. Here's Mother Russia Bleeds," and I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Both of these games look awesome.
Yeah, Devolver Digital does a lot of good games. I can't speak. But yeah, Ronin is actually kind of like that Microsoft Ninja game that they made, where you actually have to be stealthy and everything. I'm trying to remember the name of it right now because my brain isn't.
Is it N plus?
No, it's not N plus. Mark of the Ninja. Do you remember that game?
I honestly never heard of it. So.
There was a Microsoft game called Mark of the Ninja where it is a 2D.
You've lost me.
God damn it. It's a 2D stealth game that works really well. But what's different about this one is whenever you get into an actual fight in Ronin, it becomes a turn-based battle system. It's really interesting the way it works. It's just really weird.
I really want to play it. It's just when it comes out. I'll probably play it on console if anything, because usually something that's been really good with Sony recently is that if it's an indie game coming out, it's either going to be free or it's going to be cheaper.
True. Also, if it's a early access game when it comes to Xbox One, such as Elite Dangerous, which is a game that I would like to play, but I would not like to pay $40 to play. They give you an hour or two to play it for free on the Xbox One through their early access program.
Speaking of Xbox One,
go.
Tembo the Badass Elephant?
Yo.
Yep.
Did you guys hear about this game?
I have heard about it, but I have not played it yet.
Oh, you never talked about it, Nick.
Well,
Jeez,
because
Louise.
it was the demo. I only played for like 10 minutes. It's ridiculous. It's just stupidly ridiculous.
I keep on hearing that game's a lot of fun. Do you know who made it? I think that's the most shocking thing.
Game Freak made it.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Game Freak
making something that isn't Pokemon?
I know.
Like, what the fuck?
And not on a Nintendo system at all.
You know what's funny, though? Have you listened to any of the music for Tembo?
No.
It's very Pokemon.
Oh,
it's
really?
It sounds like if I walked into a town in Pokemon, it's like Kind of like what I would hear.
I'll check it. I'll should download the demo. Honestly, I should.
I'll do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try it out. But I mean, I don't know if they really count as indie or not. But like, this is the most indie.
I don't
game.
think so. But like, all I've seen is Sega's Facebook page posting about it for the past 2 weeks. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I gotta watch it because it's called Tembo the Badass Elephant.
I know it's not such a great name.
Yeah.
The other
Tembo
one,
for Smash.
Tembo for Smash would be fantastic.
Confirm for Brawl.
Oh god.
The other game that we were looking at earlier too was the Little Devil Inside.
Mm-hmm.
That game looked really cool. Little Devil Inside, I guess. Yeah, that game is really cool looking. It's like a survival RPG game where you just, I don't know. Honestly, I really can't tell what the fuck's going on with that trailer. But apparently it's a survival RPG game. It looks really cool. I mean, it looks really cool. It's like Wind Waker style graphics. I don't know, and they're like a samurai. And then
But it's more
like
simplistic.
dragons.
Like it's very simple. Like it doesn't have a lot of prominent features. It's just kind of shapes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
It's nice though. I like the idea of it. But I don't know enough about it to give like an actual opinion. All I know is it kind of has like a Monster Hunter crossed with like, I don't know, kind of like a Dark Souls-ish thing, because I saw like the dodging system for it in one of the videos, and I saw like the fighting system, and I was like, that's Dark Souls. But like, it also had like the Monster Hunter kind of thing over it. So maybe it's like, it'll be like the PC / whatever else it's on version of Monster Hunter. So
yeah,
that could be
Hunter
cool.
sounds legit based on what we've seen on it too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it says you get to like kind of like go back to your base and like get ready for missions to go on, and I can only assume that a lot of them are like action based, so maybe you have to hunt that dragon or whatever too. So yeah,
it looks nice though.
It does.
So that's another one. I still want to play Inside, which is the game from the people that made Limbo, I believe. I don't know when the hell that's coming out.
Which one's Inside?
It's the one that looks like you're stuck in like a communist like place. Like, it's an Xbox One exclusive, and it's a kid rebelling against brainwashed people.
Mm-hmm.
That like, there's like a lot of environmental puzzles, and it's like you kind of see like worker drones walking about, and they're just like all black and white, but you're like the one person in color, and they're like robots that are kind of enslaving people, and it looks really neat.
Nice.
And it kind of has like a communist vibe to it, where like everyone's just kind of following this one power, and you're the person that's trying to rise up, but you're just like a kid. It looks very artsy, much like Limbo did, but I liked Limbo, so who knows? Maybe it'll be good.
What was that other really cool looking game too, where you're like on, I don't know if it was like a space station or not, but it was like first person, everything was like white. I think they showed it at the PlayStation conference.
Adrift you're talking about?
Adrift?
I think I know what you're talking about, but if it's what you're talking about, I refuse to talk about it.
No, it's not that one. It's not the one
Okay.
you're thinking of. Because you're thinking of the DayZ one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that one.
Okay.
No. I don't remember what it was. But it looked really cool. And I just remember you were like, I don't know, indie game, a space station.
Wait, is it the one from the developers of Amnesia?
Maybe? Although Return to Rapture is made by the one.
It's made by what?
By the, what was it, Chinese Room?
Yes, but this is from Fractional Games, not the Chinese Room. The Chinese Room took over for the second Amnesia game. The first Amnesia game, Soma. Soma is the name of the game, and I think that's what you're thinking about. Because I think they did show that at PlayStation 4's, thing. What?
What?
I was laughing at whatever the fuck Nick just posted.
It could be Soma. I'm not sure. But
I think
people-
it's Soma. I'm looking
People
into
follow
it
me
now.
on Twitter. They can
pretty
see
sure
the
it's
photographs I send you in chat.
And Soma comes out September 22nd, so that's coming up soon, actually.
yeah. Any other indie games you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, Subnautica. I picked that up
Oh,
during,
yeah.
that game is so much fun, and I love the idea of being able to explore underwater areas and, like, build your own submarine and shit. Like, that's one I highly recommend, even though it's in early access right now. It's only in early access because it needs a bit of tweaking for like graphics settings and that sort of thing, and obviously some optimization. That's a lot of fun. It's a really good early access survival game that's indie based. I highly recommend. It's single player right now though, and I don't know if they're going to make it multiplayer, but I do know they're going to make it VR enabled, and like exploring an underwater world with like a VR headset could be really cool. And like the underwater area is like an alien planet, so like you're seeing all these creatures for the first time that you've never seen anywhere else. It's very inventive and imaginative, and it's really cool. Also, Killing Floor 2, because Killing Floor 2 is fucking awesome. So there's that.
Also, Unravel looked great. Forgot about that game too. That was
it looks adorable.
A's conference. I know.
I still just want to give that guy a hug that presented and be like, dude, it's all right. It's okay. You did good. You did good. And I felt so bad for him.
I know. It was worth it. I think that game got a lot of love that might not have gotten otherwise. It probably was the perfect way for them to unveil it. So.
Mm-hmm.
So. Anything else before we move on to news and wrap it up?
No, I think that's about it for indie games currently coming out. I want to play Enter the Gungeon, but I don't know enough about that to mention anything yet. Duck Game is really good. If you don't have Duck Game, get Duck Game. Why the fuck are you still sitting here? Go buy Duck Game. I'm just going through my list of things I've picked up recently now. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just... if you need anything to take away from our indie talk, it's go buy Duck Game. So there you go.
Give us our news theme, Brandon.
Oh shit, I don't know what to do for news this week. Here's lots of news for all of yous. Enjoy the news. Here's the news. There, I did it.
Great.
I gotta be honest, real quick.
Yeah.
I was listening to one of my an album this week, and in the song there's a lyric. They say, "I've got news for you." I'm like, Brandon.
Well, I mean, I do.
All right. So, anyways, news. This will be
Halo 5 can go fuck itself. That's my first news.
So this news will be outdated by the time that the podcast comes out, but whatever. Dragon Quest 11 logo leaks. Yeah, so we know that's going to be announced at the Sony or Square Enix event that's happening.
Okay.
What was that?
Me taking a bite of a sandwich.
That's
Brandon, put down. You're fucking uncrustable. Please finish the podcast.
So anyways, yeah, so Dragon Quest 11 logo was leaked. We know it's going to be announced, whenever they have, Square Enix has their conference unveiling thing. Knowing them, it's probably going to be a mobile game, so don't get too excited, but we'll talk about it next week. So, that's that. Splatoon's getting an update, coming August 5th or 6th, depending on where you live in the world. It's a huge update, actually. Did you guys see about this?
I have not looked into this. I know it's coming, but I don't know.
It's like level cap. And...
Yeah, it's raising the level cap to 50, which is huge. It is adding, the team play,
Okay, so you can party up now with people? Is that what's... Okay, that's good.
And one of the cooler things is you can...
Voice chat?
No, you can actually set it up to do, like a private 8-person game. So,
that's pretty neat. I like that.
That is pretty neat. So, and I think they're adding, 2 new weapon types in there, too. So, yep. So that's going to be really cool. Other news. Razer buys Ouya. No one cares.
I mean, why the fuck did they even do that? What are they going to do with it?
Because they want to feel the same buyer's remorse as all the Kickstarter people did.
I don't think you can beat that. So
yeah, I think that's perfect. Good example.
Yeah, so, yep. There's that. I mean, I have no clue what kind of plans they have. But even, a lot of different companies are competing in that space now, so they just must be trying to have, an easy into it. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the Android micro console thing is stupid, but somehow there's a small market for it right now. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Maybe they think that if they buy the console, they can get the rights to some of the Ouya games and stuff, and then they can...
If somebody gives me an Ouya for $20, I will gladly play Fallout Shelter on it. Let's put it that way.
Why won't you just play Fallout Shelter on your Android device that comes out?
Because I'm not an asshole.
So, anyways, Wii U news. The TV service is ending in August. Did anyone ever use it?
No, but I have a question about that, because I've heard that they're going to put out an update that basically renders all of the TV functionality of like the Wii U gamepad useless.
Not like the remote control stuff. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I was concerned about.
No. The remote control stuff's fine. It's just the Wii U.
Good, because I like using the Wii U as a remote control
I do too.
sometimes.
That would be horrible if they got rid of it. But they're talking more about like the TV listings, like the where you click on it and be like, these are the TV shows you like, and oh look, you can watch it on Netflix or on Amazon.
Yeah, I don't care about that at all.
Yeah.
So I guess who
so
cares?
they're getting rid of that. The speculation actually is like it's not Nintendo that's wanting to end the service. This might be another thing like GameSpy shutting down the online networks for like the Wii and the DS. But in this case, the company that they were licensing to run this stuff apparently may be shutting down. And that might be also why we're losing it in August for the Wii U. So, like I said, I didn't shed any tears for it. I think I've used it once, and it wasn't for anything exciting, so.
Yeah, I never even used it. I thought this was also including the remote functionality, but I'm glad to hear it's not, so yay.
I didn't hear it was. Like I said, it doesn't make any sense for them to take that out.
Yeah, because then you'd have a useless, not only button, but IR blaster inside your gamepad.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you're right, yeah.
Yeah. So that's all the news I had. Did you guys have anything else?
Yeah, Halo 5 can go fuck itself.
You're still gonna buy it.
I am. You're right.
Brandon's upset because there's no split screen on the console at all. For those that
Yeah,
were
and
wondering.
you know, they
I'm
said
upset about
before,
that,
no
too.
split screen for campaign, but now it's none for multiplayer either. You can only play multiplayer online.
No, yeah, that's complete bullshit.
Yeah, no more LANs for Halo, which has been a thing since the game originally was conceived.
Well, it doesn't mean you
know.
can't do LANs. It just means you can't do split screen multiplayer.
No. You
No?
can't.
Brandon,
It has to be online play.
We can do LANs. I'll just get my original Xbox out. We'll play a real man's game, Halo 2.
We'll just go grab like 4 Xbox Ones. No, we'll have to grab 8 Xbox Ones, and then we can do LAN parties. So let's see. Let's add that up and see how much money that will cost us.
Well, let's theoretically, if we were in our Game Crunch offices, like we already have 3 Xbox Ones.
Theoretically, are we at the Game Crunch offices right now?
Oh my god, we're creating a time conundrum because we talked about that in the episode that hasn't happened yet. And never mind.
Right, so it would only be $3,440 to have a single LAN party of Halo 4. I mean, Halo 5. I don't think that's too bad. I mean, that's pretty fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's Halo 5. No one's gonna play it anyway.
Yeah.
Besides myself. But
Yeah, me too.
So
I'll check it out. I'll dabble in it. I'll put my toe in it.
I guess I'll spend $60 on it and play it for like a week and drop it. But you know, that's whatever. That's how it goes.
yeah,
You know how these things are.
I mean, Nick will drop it even if he spent $30 on it or 10 or free.
Yeah, no, I'll drop it. Whatever. I'll go to the store, pick up the game, and physically drop it.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap up?
Nope.
I thought I saw more news, but I don't know what it is, so I guess no. I mean,
there's one thing I saw. It's kind of a small announcement. Odin Sphere is getting a remake for PS4 and Vita.
Oh,
yeah, I did
that's cool.
see
I
that.
didn't see that.
Yeah, so
Yeah, nice news.
Hold on. I know I saw something. I'm gonna figure it out. Just give me a
There's
moment.
one thing I saw.
What's that?
It was for the new WWE 2K game. They got the Terminator as a pre-order.
I saw that. That's so weird.
I think they're trying to copy the success of Mortal Kombat 10. How they have Jason and the Predator in it.
yeah, but Jason and the Predator are a lot cooler than Terminator.
And, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger does have a bit of history with WWE, so that makes sense. And I guess they were trying to do like a tie-in with Terminator Genesis at WrestleMania, so that might.
I guess
make
that
sense.
makes sense. Then I just got to get that ad money. So let's put
Yeah, so you know, have Arnie as the pre-order bonus.
It works.
That being said, if he doesn't come out on a motorcycle, I'm gonna be pissed.
he needs glasses also, like shades, some cool ass shades. Actually, I do have 3 other things that I just thought of off the top of my head. I did not use Google.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, I used Google.
Bullshit.
No, I just admitted to it. I use Google. First and foremost, it seems Del Toro is still very much working on something with Kojima, and has not let the cancellation of Silent Hills get to him as much as it seemed. So him and Kojima are doing something. We just don't know what the hell it is yet. There was a recent report on that. Apparently there's going to be a first-person shooter keyboard and mouse combo bundle coming out for PlayStation 4.
Did see that as well.
And also, I believe this is probably one of the bigger things we need to talk about, that I totally forgot and glanced over. Someone found a security lapse in Steam, and I don't know if you guys heard about this, but essentially, it came down to the point where if you knew someone's login name and, wrote that you forgot your password, it would come up then with, email the account code to blah, 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 this email. And then instead of typing in the account code that you get for the email, you just click the continue button and you're in the account. That's it. And no one had found this before now. And then when someone figured it out, people just stole so many accounts. But this got fixed recently. We don't know how long it's been in, but someone found it out and there was a lot of issues with it. So, yeah. That was a big thing that happened this week.
Check your Steam accounts.
Yeah, check your Steam accounts. Make sure someone hasn't made any hasn't tried to access them from their computer. Mm-hmm. Make sure everyone that's accessed your Steam account is you or people you've given permission to, not some random people over in fucking Russia. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Oh, and the Street Fighter V beta started, and then it immediately stopped. So there's that. The beta was so bad for Street Fighter V that they didn't try one night, but they tried 2 consecutive nights to actually get it working online, and it still has not, and they have canceled it indefinitely until it is fixed now. So, that's not looking too good for Capcom, if they can't handle one simple beta on only one system currently. They're not doing it on an Xbox One yet that I'm aware. Well, they're not doing it on Xbox One because it isn't on there. But I meant on PC. Sorry, on PC, not Xbox One. Because until later. But the PS4 version can't even handle the servers, and it's just crashing continuously.
Real quick, I have one last thing. Tomb Raider's coming to PS4. So,
yes, a year down the line.
Don't even care.
Which I think everyone already knew anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a great game, though, and I'll be picking it up on Xbox One this Christmas, so yay!
Yay! All right.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Let's wrap this up. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us this week. Don't forget you can download our episodes on iTunes, on Stitcher, on YouTube, or from the website doublegaming.com.
You can download them from YouTube?
You can. It's possible.
I mean, technically, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah. And don't forget to leave us a review, share the podcast with a friend, or, I don't know, whatever else you want to do. Celebrate the podcast. We always appreciate it.
You can just go out and dance in the rain while it's raining
I
in.
expect to see somebody. I want to go to the Jersey Shore, and I want somebody to rent out an airplane with the banners attached to it. It says Game Crunch on it.
What
I see that.
What if it's Snooki?
What, if the airplane's towing Snooki?
No, if Snooki's
I hope you realize that is impossible for an airplane to tow that woman.
What if she is the airplane?
What if she? That's impressive. I am not mad.
She just has her arms out and is like,
I'm gonna be like, all right, I believe it.
She's not even in the air. She's just running around on the ground like the beach, like.
Or better yet, she's like Freakazoid, her arms out.
Basically, that's how we do it in Jersey. We don't have airports. We just have people running around like Freakazoid.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
That sounds like something that would happen.
So you can find us on Facebook or on Twitter at GMECRUNCH. Brandon, did you have anything to send us out on?
I do not.
Nick, how about you?
Nope.
James?
Nope.
And my name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me on the internet, on Twitter, or your favorite gaming consoles. My name is Clash of Penguin. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Whoa, what?
Oh,
Toyotas, we have to
Product
save on them. Hold
placement.
on a second.
product placement.
What was that?
Toyota's asking for, Toyota owes us some money now, because,
Yes, so look at it. The only
Toyota, if you're
worth
listening,
buying
thank you for the check.
is they stopped making because they don't make the Supra anymore. Nobody wants a Corolla. But
I was thinking, after you said that MySpace thing, Nick, is like, oh yeah, my name's Mike Anastasia. You can find me on LiveJournal.
you can find me
You
on,
can find me on Christian Mingle and
find me on Groupon.
And you can find us all on Black People Meet.
There we go.
Excuse me, I'm exclusively on JDate
I'm a farmers only.
and J Swipe.
I'm on Juggalo's Meet, so there we go.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Wait, that's an actual place.
Yes, it is. It is. It's an actual dating site.
Hey girl, you want to meet up and drink some Fago sometime?
Hold on, I gotta find it.
All right, you find that. I'm gonna go to sleep.
Yeah. Thanks for hopping on, Nick.
Yes, I'll see.
Okay. Oh, it's called Juggalove.
Damn, they have a dating service for everything, don't they?
Oh my god, it's oh man.